Hello everyone, Nine3 here coming at you today with a nice fun video for you guys, especially for those of you that are getting into rope dart for the first time. Here we have a few items. I'm going to show you how to build one of your own, so this way you can kind of get your feet wet while getting into this until you're ready to progress and move on to either a more traditional style using a rope, or if you want to go the modern route, if you want to use a silk leash. But without further ado, let's begin.
Alright, so we are starting off with the rope, and we're going to tie the end that goes around the wrist first. You'll have to forgive me for not knowing the name of this particular knot that I'm about to tie. I'll insert the name at some point during this demonstration here. This is the clothesline rope. You can find this at Home Depot. I like using it because it resembles the traditional rope that you would find on a rope dart or a meteor hammer. Or you can go with other variations of this that come pre-packaged, but this one I tend to get in 15 feet in length, and then I could always shorten it later on after the fact if when needed. After the loop is made, I usually like to take the remaining that's left and I like to tape it to the end that does not feed through the loop. So this way it's out of the way. I don't have to worry about it as much when I'm spinning. Alright, next we have our bag of beans, we have our plastic bag, and then we have ourselves a scale. Now, if you have a scale, great. If not, no stress. You'll just have to measure it out to the amount that you want, that feels comfortable for you to spin with. And when you're using the plastic bag, it does not need to be a Ziploc. I just happen to have that around, because what you're going to end up doing after you put the beans in is you're going to seal it up with a garbage tie if you have access to one. So I'm pouring the beans in, and I'm going to try to get it as close to either above 6 ounces. I usually tend to favor the heavy side of things, so I'm going to shoot for 7 ounces or maybe a little bit below it. But as you can see, not quite there yet, so I'm going to add a little bit of beans to this, and then we'll see where we're at with that shortly. And then of course, if I happen to go over, I could just remove the little bit amount at a time until I get it to where I want it to be. Alright, so we went a little bit over, no biggie, so we're just going to take a little bit of the beans out, and then at that point it should bring me to where I want to be as far as the weight is concerned for this. Alright, so now we're at the point where we can make sure that the sandwich bag that you're using is secure. So I have a garbage tie, so I'm just going to wrap this around a couple of times so it's nice and secure. And then after that, we're going to feed the entire bag through a sock. So if you have a pair of socks that you're not wearing anymore, you know, in good condition and no holes or anything like that, you can just start feeding the bag of beans in through the sock. And then what you're going to end up doing is once you get to the end, you're going to tie the end, make a knot for that, but then you're going to feed the knotted end of the sock, and you're going to feed it through again, so to add a little bit of extra layer to it. So this way, if you do plan on using your practice rope dart against any type of surface, of course I wouldn't recommend using this on super hard surfaces, but nonetheless you should be good to go there. But if you want to add even more durability to this, it wouldn't hurt to use the second sock to add over the first, so this way you don't have to worry about anything being damaged. Alright, as we enter the final stretch of this, we're going to connect the sock end of your rope dart to the other end of the rope that you didn't tie from earlier. So make sure you just feed enough rope through the sock, so this way when you tie it, you'll have enough to tie the sock and the rope together, just to make sure nothing slips out. And after everything is tied up, what you can do is, and what I would suggest is, you could tape the part where the sock and the rope meet to the remaining of the rope, just to add a little bit more stability. And then this way you don't have to worry about anything falling apart when you as you're spinning the rope dart around.
Alright, and here's the end result of what we have for this little test. Alright, that's pretty much how you do your own version of the do-it-yourself rope dart. If you like what you see here, go ahead and give this a try and test it out and let me know what you think.